'87 Turbo Coupe Thunderbird, and we have the pathetic glue drying from the driver's side window. So got tape here to mark where the original glue marks are, and I'm going to use those as markers, and using a flat blade here to kind of scrape the glue off. Right, kind of doing that a little bit, and then we got this side of the glass, and I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. BRB. So what I did was I marked off with the Sharpie the original area where the glue was. I mean, it's going to come off again when I get some alcohol to kind of wipe this down, but I am going to sand that semi-boxed in area that you see on the glass. I'm going to use, I think I got 120 grit paper. I'm going to do that. That's what the folks at NATO recommended, and they've done me no wrong so far. BRB. So I'm using a sanding block that I kind of made, and just kind of stuffing it back and forth. Just don't be overzealous and wind up going up here. Otherwise, you have a whole nother connection on your hand. So I think that's good for that mark. Right, I'm going to scuff it up, I'll wipe it down with alcohol, so I'm going to do this end, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. Right back. So I clean the glass up, use the little alcohol to clean the area where it's going to be glued, make sure you don't get your finger oils on it. Got to keep it pure glass. So you see the two areas. I'm actually going to box that off with the Sharpie. This way it'll help use as markers when I got it back into the into those white plastic clips. So this is the glue I got from Amazon. 3M Auto Glass Urethane Windshield Adhesive, and didn't come with the nozzle put on the end. And quite frankly, I don't know how I'm going to get the stuff out of here. But this is a one-time use with this. I have a feeling, because I have no way to store this. But that's probably the least of my worries, right? So it's time to proceed outside and do the deed. So you see these are the clips. Obviously I took the door panel off, right? The first thing you got to do. That was a trip in itself. Right? You see the clip? There's another one down the rail there. I didn't take these out. I opted not to take them out. Don't ask me why. It's kind of like leave well enough alone. And all the glue indeed wound up on the glass. There was nothing residual in here, but I'm going to take a Q-tip with some alcohol and clean the inside with the alcohol. So we have a relatively fresh surface. But the bitch is getting to that clip with the Q-tip as well as the glue. That's going to be a trip. Sorry folks, got caught up. But basically we put the glass back in. First thing we do is you lowered the regulator all the way down to the bottom, and then what we did was to put the glass in, we put it in the glass like the nose end of it first, this end of it first in between the weather stripping, and there's a little felt pillow, as I call it, like kind of like in the middle here, and you want to make sure it's on the exterior side of that pillow, so to speak. So you fit the glass in within the frame, nice and flush perfectly. You raise the window regulator ever so gingerly and slowly, and you want to ensure that the clips line up with the original markings that we had when we sanded it. So you can see the the left one here on the driver's door. It's got all that black goop on it. It's the glue. Yeah, it's not pretty. Again, I don't want to take the clips off. And then we got the same down there. You got to make sure that the glass sits between the in the clip itself, between the two walls of the clip, so to speak. So that's it. I think the cure time is 24 hours. We're going to give it a few more days than that, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'm sure it's going to work. NATO's done me no wrong so far between the program ride control modules, fixing those, and this is going to be a good fix too. I know it. So it's been 48 hours since we put the window back into the clips with the adhesive. The adhesive is cured. Everything's looking good. Had the window up and down at least a dozen times, and re-greased the track in certain areas where I could. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to put everything back together.